Hey Stitchers, it's Becky, the Obsessed Stitcher, back for an update. Today is Sunday, July 10th, and I've got an FFO, an FO, some new starts, and update on some whips. It's been a while since I made a video. I did my giveaway a couple weeks ago, and since then I've been stitching away. So I wanted to catch you up to where I have gotten to. So let's start with my FFO. I don't know if it's going to fit, but it is my Flowers of the Month. I finished it into a wall hanging. I used a green that kind of coordinated with some of the greens in the flowers, but I just put little loops on it. I watched Carolyn Mazzio's finishing video, and I used Vanna's sewing tips to make good corners, so hopefully she's proud of me with my corners there. Anyway, I was really happy to get it done. When I washed it, the colors just popped. I was really happy with it, so now I just have to find a place to hang it in my home, but I'm really happy with it. So that's my first FFO. I think the only other thing I've finished is my daughter's baby sampler that I've never shown, that it needs good washing too. It's so old. So anyway, there it is. Let me do a little close up. So I really recommend these flowers. It's I'll put a link to the website that they are offered on, but they really were enjoyable to do. So I really recommend you giving them a try if you like this. So anyway, that is my FFO. And then my FO, my finish, is my little chicken. I got him all back-stitched and his border finished. And as I told you before, the kit calls for him to be totally cut out. You put glue on the top of the stitching, and then you turn it over and put glue on the back of the stitching and let it dry, and that seals the so it won't ravel when you cut it. And then you mount him to some fabric they include. So I'm going to I was going to show the process of that completion, but I don't know that I want to do that with him. He's obviously, it's a small little piece. I'm not sure. I might make him into one of the folding stands that Vanna's done the tutorial on, but I thought he turned out really cute. I just love his colors. So I'm going to think about how I'm going to finish him. I don't know that I'll do it as the kit called for. So that's my finish. And then my normal whips. This is my Eli project. And I didn't do too much on him. As if you saw my giveaway results, I have a project going where I did a color conversion, and I've spent a lot of time on that project. So Papa did not get the time that he normally would have, so he didn't get too much progress done on the stitching. And then another one of my whips is my Sunflower Fairy. Here she is. The Hirschner's printout. It's a Nora Corbett pattern, and this is where I've gotten on her. So I've got quite a bit done. I was working on her quite a bit, but when I started on this sampler conversion I'll tell you about, everything else just got put on hold. I really went to town on that. So that's my progress on her. And then I have a little progress on my cupcake from the French book. I've gotten a little bit further. I didn't do the highlighting yet on the cupcake paper, but I got a little start on the plate down there. So again, I haven't touched it for quite a while, but I sure do like it. It's really fun. I think it's 40 count, and I'm doing 1/2 on this. So very tiny little stitches, but I love the coverage, and that one thread is really nice. And then my always on the go, in process. My temperature sampler, so last time you saw it, I hadn't even started June, so now I've got June complete, and I have a couple more rows in July to get caught up. And I did find on Lucas Johnson's new Etsy store has it, so I'll put a link to that down below, so if anyone's interested. It was, I think I paid, I don't know, less than $5 for it. So I don't know what he's got it for now, but anyway, it's been fun. It'd be kind of fun to just pick a whole different range of colors to do another year in, and just have them in a collection, a quilt or something, maybe like a temperature sampler quilt. Maybe not. Anyway. And then another one, I've hardly touched it all, but I did look to see where I was the last time I showed you, was my Stitch in Time, and here's where I've got to. I did a lot of the black. All this confetti was getting to me a bit, so I chose the black to do so that I could get a little progress that showed when you looked at it. So that is that. And then one of my new starts is, it's out of this book, this Helen Phillips gardening notebook. And when I showed you this, after I purchased it, this is what really got me, were these bird houses. I thought they were so darn cute. And they're done on really nice fabric. Well, my husband and I have a travel trailer, and we went on vacation a few weeks ago, and I don't know if anybody else has a travel trailer and you are in the truck pulling it. It is not a smooth ride, so you are not able to cross stitch. I am not able to cross stitch while we're traveling somewhere, and you know, that's, I don't get car sick, so I can read in a car or cross stitch in a car, and but in the truck it's just moving. So what I did was I decided to buy ginormous Aida. So I have 11 count Aida that I did those patterns on. I started 2 of them. I thought I would put them on one piece of fabric, but I did get, I'm pretty sure that's spring. I can't remember here. I've got it right here. Yes, I've got spring started up on top and autumn on the bottom, and this is 4/1. We don't hear that too often. It's 4/1 full cross on 11 count Aida, but it allowed me to stitch. You know, we were traveling about 3 hours, and so I was able to stitch on it. So, tip of the day, if you can't stitch in your vehicle, try ginormous Aida. So that was a new start. And then the sampler I told you about in my giveaway video, my hairdresser's mother, who's been gone a long time, she passed away quite a while ago, had been a stitcher, and my hairdresser Janet got a bag when they cleaned out her home of some stitching things, and she just kept holding on to it. And when I started stitching again, and I had told her about it, she said, "Oh, I've got these patterns you can have." And so one of them is this sampler. It's a dimensions kit, but the colors are just so 80s. I just couldn't handle that. So after watching Cowgirl Kate's video on how to do a color conversion, I wanted to try it. So in my last video, I said, oh, if I could do it, anybody can do it. And I did. I've been thinking about it. It's bothered me that I said that. I didn't mean to say that I'm another Cowgirl Kate. I can do color conversions. That's not what I meant. What I said, if I could do it, you could do it, is taking the DMC chart. I pulled out all the threads, put them in order of color and lightness to darkness, in tone, I guess, and just chose sections of the DMC chart with light and dark and just kind of lined them up. You know, the dark one, okay, I'm going to do this dark gray, and the light one, I'll do this light gray. So that's what I meant, that anybody can do that. it was very simple to do those beautiful color conversions she has. She's an artist. I'm, like I said before, I'm not an artist at all. No capabilities. That's why I do canted cross stitch. I follow the chart. So anyway, I hope no one thought I was trying to be another Cowgirl Kate. Not even close. I just appreciate her just suggesting that that's how you can swap out some colors. So that's what I did. I swapped out some colors. I don't think she called it that. So anyway, again, here's here's a picture of the original. And again, when I went on vacation, I brought the colors that I had pulled. I started stitching it. I've just stitched, that's all I've stitched on since then, and this has been 3 weeks ago, so that's all I've worked on since then. And when I started, I didn't have all of my DMC, so I just was stuck with what I had. And so some of the colors weren't as sepia toned as I had hoped. There actually was a little more color in the thread on the DMC chart, and when I was pulling them compared to the blue, it didn't look like I picked something with any blue in it, but actually, well, not blue, that's not a good example. How about rose? The rose and mauves. I actually did pull colors that ended up having a little bit of color to them rather than just grays and tans and brown, black. So anyway, here's where I am at. I'm gonna use a prop that I think Oh So Crafty has been showing us. So here is where I am. So I've gotten pretty darn far. I've really enjoyed it. I might do some back stitching on the top of the Home Sweet Home. The color's really light, but so I'm pretty far. So again, here's what the original is. So I've got to put in Mom and Dad and brother and the dog and another little house and my Janet's last name in there. So, and then I want to frame it, and I've been looking at how samplers are framed, and they're done very simply without a mat. They look, in the old, traditionally how they seem to be done is just fully in a frame with no mat. So I think hopefully I can find a frame that size. But anyway, I was pretty happy with that. I stitched on it while we were camping, and when I say camping, it's camping in a trailer. So I bring my floor stand and set it up, and I can do it inside the trailer. I pull it outside to sit outside with it. So anyway, I thought it's looking pretty good. I'm enjoying it, and I also swapped out the fabric to 28 count Lugana, which I love stitching on. So anyway, that's where my month went. And I have some haul. The first thing I have sitting here, I want to thank Vonna Pfeiffer for enabling me. And I will link her video. She showed this Krennic custom quarter. She made some cording to go around ornament. I think it was an ornament she was making a tutorial, or she showed in a tutorial. So I went on Amazon, and this one's actually used, so it was a couple bucks cheaper, but it sure seems like it's in great shape. The box has a little wear and tear, but the tool does not. So that was the first thing I got off of Amazon. So I will link her video, and you can check this out, but it's by Krennic. It's a pretty cool little tool. It made beautiful cording, so I had to have that. And then this next book I ordered, and I wish I had written down who enabled me to purchase it, but again, on Amazon. It's Michael Powell, and I've seen, I believe, Nina, she's from Canada. She hasn't made a video in a while. I cannot think of her Flosstube name, but I believe she did a couple bookmarks of Michael Powell's, and they are very heavy backstitch that brings out this beautiful detail. So anyway, this is 20 to make. This is a series of books, but this is Michael Powell's patterns, and they're just so cute. They're all fairly small, but I just picked it up, thought I'd give it a try. So anyway, let me just try to show. I don't want to show you patterns. There's a cake. That's probably showing you too much detail. But anyway, so that's one of my new little goodies. It's a nice little book, little tiny thing. And another book I saw at a bookstore in Point Reyes, California. And I actually bought another book there. I don't have it. It's a needlepoint book that I liked, that I thought was probably a better deal. I didn't have enough money in hand to get both, so I came home and ordered this on Amazon also. And it's 300 quick and easy animal designs, and it reminded me of the French book that I have. I thought some of the patterns were very simple. I need to kind of hide the center here. Oh, that worked perfect. But, you know, they're kind of, I thought they were sort of that simple, delicate, old-fashioned that I felt like the French book was. So I went ahead and got it. I thought it was pretty cute. Just a couple samples. Let me show you a couple more. Let's see here. Here's Hey Diddle Diddle, the cat and the fiddle. Turn that over. So anyway, this is a really nice book. Trice Warrens. Anyway, there's a series of books, and believe it or not, I chose this one over the flower version. I just thought these were just such sweet little animals that it actually caught my eye more than the flower version of the same book. But it's a very nice book also. And then a thrift store find. My friend, I've told you I've got 3 thrift stores in my work neighborhood, and so we frequent them every week. And, I don't always find stitching things, but this past visit to one of them, my friend eyeballed this, and she isn't interested, but it caught her eye, and it was only $2 for the whole kit. I just pulled out the it's this, I guess this was like a craft version of the Tupperware party a while ago. I'm not sure. My Janet, my hair lady, had given me a couple of the kits from this company too. But anyway, I got this quilting, or what's it? Cottage quilts. So I'm probably going to swap out the fabric. It's really stiff Aida, but I thought I'd be able to hopefully stitch out the geese. I might leave the one in the back here, but I think the other just looks a little dated. But I thought that really was a pretty pattern. So for $2, couldn't pass it up. And it took me a while to figure out how to get onto Stash Unload. And probably anybody could, but I just couldn't find it. Finally found it. But everything is always, somebody's purchased it. So I was looking on it a while ago, and I found someone who had posted a lot of items. So I, started just looking through all of her pictures, and I got 3 things from her site that they're actually all Christmas. But I thought they were so cute. And these of the snowmen, I thought that was really cute. So it is Crosswing Collection, A Frosty Feast. So I thought that was super cute. I like snowmen. And this gingerbread company, The Gingerbread Company. A lot of different little gingerbread. I think that's just a cute part of Christmas, is just that shape, just so old-fashioned looking and homey. And then this one I thought was really pretty, Betty Freeze Bomber. this whole village scene. I thought that was really cute. So, you know, I'm so easily enabled. I'm all about the flowers and birds. Oh yeah, sure, Becky. What about all this other stuff you have? Okay, so you may recall I had bought this at the Needle in a Haystack. And when I was buying something off of 1-2-3 Stitch, I think I just got a little piece of fabric off of it that I needed. And so I wanted to add in something. So I added the companion, which was shown on the back. So it's these penguins, Giggly Wiggly's penguins. So I got the pattern for that. And then I was pulling this out for the video. I saw, oh look, they've got snowmen. It's probably just goes on and on, but I'm stopping here. I think the penguins and the reindeer are enough for me. So I got that companion. And then I should have pulled this out of the plastic. I watched, her name's probably right here. Oh, I hope. Leslie? I think her name is Leslie from Under the Sea Fabrics. I was watching her video, and she said that she has so many Fabric of the Month subscribers that she's going to have to cut it off at 200. And while I've never, ever been interested in hand-dyed fabric to buy it, I mean, I've done some of my own that I haven't used. But when she said that, and I thought I was going to miss out, and what's that, FOMO, fear of missing out, I caught it. Oh my gosh, I can't. So I went on, and I'm on the Fabric of the Month with Under the Sea Fabrics, which, you know, I'm a little hesitant because you can't wash them, and where I sit and stitch, my dogs are always on my lap, so I'm going to definitely have to keep it on a frame and, you know, just be careful, I guess. And so I got my first piece of fabric, and I love it. It is so beautiful. And that's showing up pretty true to life. I'm getting the 28 count Lugana, and this is Daphne. I'm getting the larger piece, but it is so pretty. So pretty. So even if I stitched something that was all black, I thought that would be maybe an ink circles that's all one color. So pretty. So, yep. I tell you, anybody want to sell anything, just send it my way. I can't seem to resist much, but I'm really happy I did it. I just think it's gorgeous. And anyway. And then a couple weeks ago, I went up to see my parents. My sister and I wanted to spend some time with my dad for Father's Day, because when my husband and I went on our camping trip, that was Father's Day weekend. So I couldn't spend time with him, so I went up to Humboldt County, spent some time with my parents, and my mom does some needlepoint. And this is for Allie at Allie's Stitching Studio, and Amanda, my friend in England. I went on a Diane Patrick's House Across America's tour. So in Humboldt County, there are 4 houses that she has charted patterns for, and I'm going to insert pictures of myself in front of those houses with the pattern. So I'm going to put that together for you. I'm going to insert a clip here. And so what we did was there's one house in Arcata, California, which is part of where I grew up, and 2 houses in Eureka, California, which is where my parents live, and 1 house in Ferndale, California. So I've just shown you, hopefully I've put titles as to which is which. So I thought it'd be fun to take my picture with, or in front of, those houses and show you the pattern. So I thought that was kind of fun. So in doing that, in the Ferndale, there's a little yarn shop that has a back little alcove where she has a lot of stitching stuff. So I was looking through my mom's stash of goodies, and she had patterns from Marjolaine, now what's her name? Baskin? What is her name? I can't find it now. You'll probably recognize, oh, there it is. It's written so fancily, I can't even say, there it is, there it is, there it is. Marjolaine Bastin, I'm sorry, Marjolaine Bastin. So my mom had a Marjolaine Bastin pattern, which she still has. I so want to raid her stash, but you can't steal from your mother. I would never ask if I could have it, if it occurred to her to give it to me, but it didn't. Anyway, so when we went down to the yarn shop in Ferndale, California, and I went through her patterns that she had there, because I had actually looked up these patterns online, and I believe they're out of print. They're a land art patterns, but they're pretty pricey. You can't even just buy them for retail that I could see. So anyway, I got 4 of those, and then some other patterns that she had there also. So this is my stash from the I think it's called the Foggy Bottoms Yarn Shop, I believe. I don't think anything here says the name of it, but it's a dairy farm community that has a really cute downtown, and actually the house that Diane Patrick, I hope I'm saying that name right, I don't have any of the patterns, I'm just going from memory, did is called the Gingerbread House, and it's a bed and breakfast. So very cute little community, has a little main street with, you know, little shops. So anyway, this is my haul from there. So this is, again, I'm going to say her name, Marjolaine, I'm saying it wrong. Marjolaine Bastin is the artist. So there's, you can imagine, birdies. I just thought that was so cute. Here's another one. And she actually has, if you look her up, you'll see her artwork. And Hallmark cards and, you know, coffee mugs and all kinds of things. So really cute, really cute. But I don't know, maybe you can buy them at 1-2-3 Stitch. I don't know why I just thought I needed to grab them when I saw them, but I just thought they were really pretty. And I did not buy the one that my mother has. I'm hoping someday she'll think I need that. So, and I got this one, and actually it's the 2 patterns. That one. That one. Very cute, which is so nice to, you know, other than the needle in the haystack, I just don't run across someplace with a bunch of, you know, cross-stitch patterns. So it was really nice to get. And then she had this one prayer schooler, the Farmer's Alphabet, so I grabbed it. And they're her whole shop, one of those. And then the Stony Creek magazine, which has some really pretty scenes. Some more on the back. So it's a little pamphlet with all these different scenes in it. Oh, and then when I was with my mom, we went to a bagel shop that we go to every time I go. I love it. It's Los Bagels in Eureka and Arcata. If you're ever up there, check it out. Anyway, after we went and had our bagels, there's a couple thrift stores that we go to, and so this one that we like to go to, I found this pattern, and that day it was 4th of July weekend, and so they were having a half-off sale, so I got this pattern for $1.50. While it's not, you know, a very expensive pattern, I did get this one for $1.50. So it's a Country Cottage Needlework Summer. I was very happy to get it. I like Country Cottage Needlework, so I was very happy to get that one. So that was a great find. So I think that's it for my whips and all that and all my stash. So I thought I would do, because Beth at Rock and Raven encouraged us YouTube or Flosstubers to do it, is Jessie Marie has a new tag about being a Flosstuber. So if you don't want to listen to tag, I've left it to the end so that you don't have to. I've not even really read through all of these questions, but again, since Beth had really encouraged other Flosstubers to do it, I haven't seen anyone else do it, but I thought I would go ahead and take a stab. So anyway, I will put a link to Jessie Marie's original tag, and I'm looking at her description here. She's got a giveaway going, so check it out. She's got 5 different things she's giving away. So her first question is to take a picture of your setup for your recording and insert it. So I will do that. I use, it's very simple. I'm sitting in a chair with my computer in front of me, so it's very simple. And her second question is, how did you come up with your channel name? Well, when I started stitching again, I do nothing else. I mean, I do have to go to work. I do have to do housework. On the weekend, I generally don't stitch. I might stitch a little bit during the day, but every morning, every night, I stitch. I put on my makeup. I've got an old iPad on my countertop. I'm watching Flosstube. When I go to bed, I watch Flosstube on a little old phone, and then I'll even just listen to it as I fall asleep. So I think I'm obsessed. I have a problem. Thus, the Obsessed Stitcher. So that's how I came up with my channel name. Number 3, when did you post your first video to YouTube with Flosstube stitching intentions? I did it in January of 2016. I'd watched Flosstube for almost a year and decided to try it myself. Number 4, what do you use for your videos? Camcorder, laptop? I use my laptop. It's the photo booth software that's on it. That's what I used to record. And number 5, do you record onto video software or directly onto YouTube? I record onto video software. Do you edit? If so, what do you use? If not, why not? I do edit. I think I've got this one in one take. I'm very excited. I usually, I see myself on the screen full size. I'm constantly stopping. I don't like what I see, doing it over. But this one, so far, one take. So I do edit. I throw in some music and title, and I use the iMovie on the Mac. So I use Photo Booth on the Mac to record, drop it into iMovie, and then upload it to YouTube. Do you edit? If so, what do you use? I think I just said that one. How many takes are involved in your videos, or do you just start recording all in one shot? I don't do more than one take generally, but I will sit here and sometimes I'll repeat myself, stop it. I don't like something, and I can easily delete a little clip and redo it. But I envy those of you who just sit and chat with us without editing. That's my goal. So I really, after listening to Jessie Marie and listening to Beth, I thought, I'm really going to prepare myself because I just want to sit and chat with everyone and not have to do so much video editing. Okay. Number 8, if things go wrong during recording, do you stop? Do you restart? I restart constantly. I gather little clips together to make the video. From beginning of setup of the video to completely uploaded to YouTube, how long does it take for a standard video? Well, the editing takes a little bit of time. Getting set up takes a little bit of time. Gathering all the stuff I've done, over the last month or so. The thing that really takes time, and now I don't do it right away, I do it in little chunks, is the closed captioning. I think Stephanie at Lindy Stitches had suggested that we do some closed captioning, and when I was a young person, I took a sign language class at our junior college, and so I just have an affinity for those who are, you know, are hearing impaired. So I feel like it's an important thing to do. But after all this time of setting up, recording, editing, I'm so sick of looking at myself on the video, because then it's another, you know, if the video is a half hour long, it probably takes an hour and a half for me to do the captions, because I say too much, and I say and too much. It's just hard for me to type it up that quickly. So what I've decided to do is edit it, upload it, and then you can actually do the closed caption as you go. You can type up a little, YouTube saves it, come back, do a little more, do a little more. So it's not such a task, and I can get my video up more timely. So without that, I would say 2-3 hours. With the closed captioning, about 5 hours. But that's something that I feel is important to do, so I don't mind doing it. I hope somewhere it's helping someone that likes cross-stitching and wants to see a YouTube video and can't hear it, but could read the closed caption. So I think it's an important thing to do. It does add quite a bit of time, but I'm happy to do it. I'm just happier to do it in little chunks after I've got the original uploaded. So that was number 9. Number 10, what kind of prep do you do? Script, organization, run through, or practice? I don't do a script. I just try to be organized. I think this finally, what is this, my 12th video? I feel like I was organized enough to do one take, but I don't have a script. I don't practice. I just hit record. Do you watch your own videos, or do you watch your own videos once published? I don't watch them because I've watched it so many times through the editing process, because I am able to watch it before I upload it, because I do want to make sure I haven't done something embarrassing or stupid or offensive. So I do watch it, but once it's uploaded, I don't watch it. Number 12, if you could change or enhance or improve your videos in any way, would you, and what would you do? I would just like to be able to do it in one take, to choose my words wisely, not say unnecessary words, and, you know, that kind of thing. But I don't know. Let me know if you know what I should do to improve it. I'm open to suggestions. And her 13th question, share any other tidbits you might have about your own recording or funny stories related to your channel. I can't think of anything, any tidbits, other than I would just say, if you've been on the fence, please hit record, sit in front of it, have your stitching, have your haul. I love haul. So it enables me. I find things I want. So, and I know Beth, and I'm going to try to navigate back to Beth's video to see. She added one more question. I'm going to see if she wrote it down. No. Oh, I added one question at the end about speaking. Oh, that's right. She asked if we change our voice when we record. And do we emphasize an accent? Do we minimize an accent? This is me. I don't think I have an accent. There are others that have lovely accents, but I do not change anything about how I speak. So that is the Jessie Marie's tag. I forget what she called it, but I will link it below. And then one other thing I wanted to share was that Olivia B, I will link her channel, and possibly Rose Chin, we are getting together at Needle and Haystack on August 8th in Alameda, August 6th, Saturday, August 6th. I'll put that date in the description. At Needle in a Haystack in Alameda to get together to do some shopping and meet each other in person. I'm so excited. And to do some stitching. Olivia had remembered they have a little outdoor area that we can sit and stitch. So if anyone's in the area, it would be very fun to meet other stitchers or floss tubers. So that's Saturday, August 6th. They open at 11. So I'm thinking, you know, 11 to 4, I believe, are their hours. So I'm going to get there at 11. That's my goal. So I hope to see you there. I think that's it. One take. I'm so excited. So I hope you all, what's this? The beginning of July. I hope you had a great 4th. I will be back in August, probably, with more stitching. And I'm pretty sure I will have my dimension sampler finished. Let me know what you think about the colors, how they're coming out. I like it. I just wish some of them were a little less colored, but oh well. I think my hairdresser Janet will be happy with it. So anyway, if you have any other comments or suggestions for me, I'm open. So I hope you have a great rest of your July, and I hope it's not too hot where you are. It's another beautiful day here in Sonoma County, and happy stitching. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.